Hard transform. Shabbat. I'm not just Shabbat. Take the rest of
Shabbat, Ban, Harlem, Charlotte.
Shabbat on the party, but Yasha'Allah. Right.
How about Shem Yerushay Barakatah?
How about Shem Shabbat? Yeah, yun, which means wine.
Ayasharala, which means to Israel.
Paul, which means horn. Slap. Fine. Imagine in the room, so plenty hapadum, which means rise, turn and face the east. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, Abanaw, Bashamayim, Dashayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Balakaka, Daba'ah, Betazaka, Ayah, Aisha, Baratza, Fawah, Hayah, Bashamayim, Thamuna, Nakam, Kalyu, Wasalakino, Kawakno, Kasalakno, Kawakno, Wala'ah, Abiyah, Banisaya 1, Ball, Shana, Mayan, Ra, Hayah, Laka, Kamalakwa, Wa'al, Wa'ataparat, I will love you, Amen. The English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Baba Fashah, the Thunderno, Akak, Larpa'ah, Kalmakala, Kalmadawa, Akak, with the heart, Amatazariah, Akak, Akuyum, Amathu, Akak, Arakawa, Hatama'ala, Agarashun, Bashem Yahushua, what Amun, in the English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. All manner of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ayanyan, Al-Hahari, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'ayin Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim Wa'aratza, Aliyathan, Amawat, Regal, Aliyanawum, Shemar, Hana, La'ayanawum, Wala'aya Yashun, Shawamar Yasha'al, Yahweh Shemarka, Yahweh Tazalka, Aliyadam Yunka, Yawamum, Hashamash, La'aya Kaka, Wayarak Balayla, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Mikal Ra, Yashamar, Atapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Kazaka, Wabawaka, Ma'aita, Wa'ayda Wulam, In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
Lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
Help cometh from your house,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
You will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
How is thy keeper?
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
How is thy shade upon thy right hand?
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
How shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
How shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in,
and thy coming in,
from this time forth
from this time forth,
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Adam Yalaka,
Adamayalak,
Alta Karash,
Alakarash,
Alta Shakwat,
Alta Shakwas,
Allah,
Allah,
Kayahana,
Ayatana,
Awiyabika,
Awam,
Yahamiwan,
Hamayim,
Orishanayaka,
Orshanayaka,
Nashaw,
Shab,
Ra'ash,
Ash,
Alamika,
Alamaka,
Ya'iriyamu,
Arayamu,
Suwad,
Sabah,
Mayafaya Aitazawa,
Wayataya Aitazawa,
Alders of Wanyaka,
Altas Pawana,
Amaro,
Mar,
Makawa,
Cow,
Wanakakina,
Kaki,
Magoya,
Gar,
Wala'a,
Wala,
Yazakar,
Kar,
Shum Yasha'al,
Shumyasha,
Iwa,
Awa,
Kaya,
Ya,
and with Aitazawa,
Aitazawa,
La,
La,
Yakadu,
Kadwa,
Ali,
Ayat,
Varyat,
Ra,
Yakarafi,
Yakarafa,
Ahali,
Hali,
Adawam,
Rawam,
Vashamali,
Shemaya,
Moabu,
Awam,
Wahagari,
Gari,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Waimawan,
Aimawan,
Wamalak,
Malak,
Alashak, Ayashabia, Tazawar, Gamashawar, Galawat,
Awam,
Aimam, Aywa, Sarwa, Bunyawa,
Banyalawa,
Salah,
Salah,
Shalom,
Shala,
Kamadi,
Madi,
Kasir Sarah,
Saya Sabra,
Kayabi,
Tagab,
Barakal,
Kal,
Kayashi,
Rash,
Nashamadu,
Shemad,
Bayanda Arab,
Ayandar,
Aywa,
Aywa,
Taman,
Man,
Ladama,
Anama,
Shethumwa,
Sayathambo,
Eliabu,
Ayamu,
Kaira,
Kairi,
Kazab,
Kazab,
Kazabak,
Kazba,
Kazalmana,
Kazamana,
Kanase Kumba,
Kanasa Kamwa,
Shah,
Shah,
Amaru,
Maro,
Iraq, Nayu Shah, Lanawa,
Arawa,
Ah, Nawa,
Nawa,
Alahayim,
Lahaya,
Alahayat,
Lahaya,
Shethumwa,
Thamwa,
Kagalo,
God,
Kakwash,
Kwash,
Apanyurka,
Panyakwa,
Ash,
Ash,
Ira Ira,
Ayariya,
Wakalahaba,
Kala,
Walahat,
Wat,
Hari,
Arya,
Kandar Dami,
Kandarada,
Basa Irakas,
Arka,
Wabasopaka,
Sabapaka,
Dabahalam,
Nabahalam,
Mala'a,
Mala'a,
Panyam,
Panya,
Palawan,
Palawam,
Wayabakwasha,
Kwash,
Shamka,
Shaka,
Yahawa,
Hawa,
Yabasha,
Bash,
Wayabahawa,
Wayabahala,
Ida I,
Ai,
Wayakaparu,
Wayakaparo,
Wayabadu,
Walaba, Banja,
Wayadayu, Kaya,
Kaya,
Atha,
Tha,
Shamka,
Ka,
Yahawa,
Hawa,
Labaka,
Baka,
Alu,
Awa,
Al Kalharataza.
Kalharabatis.
In the English, keep not thou silence, O my power.
Keep not thou silent, O my power.
Hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace.
and be not still, O power.
Be not still, O power.
For lo,
For lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
thine enemies make it smoke.
and they that hate thee
They that hate thee,
have lifted up the head.
lift up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They consulted against thy hidden ones.
Consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said, Come,
They have said, Come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation.
and let us cut them off from being a nation.
The name of Israel
The name of Israel
may be no more in
may
remembrance.
be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The tabernacles of Edom,
the tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
Moab,
and the Hagari,
Gabal,
Gabal, and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and
the Philistines,
Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur also is joined with them.
So also is joined with
They have hope in the children of Lot.
hope in the children of God.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them
do unto
as
them
unto the Midianites,
as unto Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sarah,
as to Jabez,
to
at
Jabez,
the brook of Kison,
the brook of
which
Kisa,
perished at Endor.
perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They become as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red,
Make their nobles like the
and
red,
like Zed.
like Zed,
Yea,
Yea.
for their princess as a bow,
their princess Sabbath,
and as Zalmunna,
Salmon,
who said,
said,
Let us take to ourselves
say to us,
the houses of the Most High in possession.
house is most high possession.
O my power,
Oh my God.
make them like a wheel,
Like the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
stumble before the wind,
as the fire burns the wood,
fire burns the wood,
as the flame sets the mountains on fire.
flame sets the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest,
So persecute them with thy
and
tempest.
make them afraid of thy storm.
Make them afraid of thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame.
that they may seek thy name.
They may see thy name.
O Yahweh,
How?
let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea.
let them be put to shame
Let them be put to shame.
and perish,
Perish.
that men may know that thou,
Men may know that thou,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
his name alone is power,
art the most high over all the earth.
the most high over all the earth.
The blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh. Why Yahushua? Wamiyak Allah. Wala Hayy. Matazabi Allah Wakihan. Allah Waki. Asuranu. Matazayanyu. Akaya Yalu. Waki. Yahweh. Hashem Yahushua. What Amen. In the English, bless you, Yahweh. Yahushua. Michael. The angels, the generals, captains, the officers, troops, and assistants. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. Isupk curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua. Listen to us now. Right now. Send evils and curses. And punishment and destruction. To the heathen that speak against us. Thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses. Punishment and destruction. To the heathen. And shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel. They refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses. And punishment and destruction. To the Edomites, the nations, and their drug dealers, court system, prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, the Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Posse Comitatus, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet, and the airways, the cable access channel, the radio channel, convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathens that stand in the way. We're trying to stop it. Broadcasting your word throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues. Cause them to go to and fro the earth. Cause the plagues to come against the house of the heathen. And bring swift destruction. Let the heathen shake at the hands of the plagues. Let your house shine. Michael and Gabriel come down with flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy words. Cause it to be known by all. And it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you always. So be it. Sorry, face the front. Yeshabim. Salaki, sir. We're back here for the Sabbath service. We have been rocking it out in these early chapters in Genesis, learning these foundational stories we've been following along with lately, the travels in the life of Jacob. And we left off last week going through the sons of the various wives that Jacob had children through. We had to stop in the middle of it because he had so many different women. So, pass my phone real quick. We're going to pick up at chapter 35 and verse 25. You can go ahead whenever you're ready.
Okay. Genesis chapter 35, verse 25. Labanya, Balahaha, Shabaka, Rakal, Dan. Wanagafal.
But it's a fox.
Wanapafal.
So these are the sons of Bilhah, the maid servant, Rachel's handmaid. So that's why it starts out with Bunya, Bilhah, and Dan and Naphtali, two of the tribes. Of course, Dan is not mentioned in Revelation in the 144,000, so we know that Dan was absorbed into the other tribes, primarily the tribe of Manasseh. That's in the scripture when it says Dan will spring from, we'd have to pull that scripture up, but these were the sons of Bilhah the handmaid. Keep going.
Verse 26. Wabunya. Zalapah.
Now it's Wabunya Zalpah, which is Zilpah, the handmaid of Leah. Keep going.
Khan. Shapakath. Laah. God.
God, the tribe of Gad. Keep going.
Khan. Washar. Allah. Banya. Yaikwa. Ashar. Yalad. Lawa. Bapadan. Aram.
So Bunya Yaquab, the sons of Jacob, Ashar Yalad, who were born. We've seen that Yalad, that word Yalad many times. That's that word to beget. So these are the sons that were begotten to Jacob, Lawab Padanaram, which is just to him in Padanaram. Keep going.
Come. Verse 27. Wayaba'ah. Yaquab. Al. Yatazakak. Abyawah. Mamara. Warayah. Arabai.
Oriath Ha'arbai, which if we remember when we went over the numbers, Arbai is what? Arbai is 4. So Quariath Ha'arbai is the city of 4. Go ahead.
Kamakan. Tawa'ah. A Barwan. Ashar. Gar. Sham. Abraham. Wayatazakak. Verse 28. Wayahayawan. Yamya. Yatazakak. Ba'ah. Shana. Washamanyam. Shana. Verse 29. Wayagawai. Yatazakak. Wayamath. Wayasa. Al. Anyawa. Zakwan. Washabai. Yum Yum. Wayakwabarwa. Athwa. Aishawa. Waya Iquab. Banyawa.
So this is a verse that we went over last night in the Hebrew class. This is a beautiful description of how you're supposed to die, how it's supposed to happen. This says, while you go, why, which is the word for giving up the ghost or taking your last breath. And Isaac did this, Wayasap al Ainua, gathered with his people. Zaquan Washabai Yum Yum, being old, which is Zaquan is old or elder. Washabai Yum Yum is and full of days. Shabai, of course, the word for seven. 7 represents fullness in our language and our culture. He was full of days. This is some of the slang that's really hard for Edomites to understand, but we'll get into that. Keep going.
Genesis chapter 36, verse 1. Wa ala'ah thal dawath Aishawa Hawa'ah Adwam. Verse 2. Aishawa Laquak Af Nashawa Mabnawa Kanain Af Ida'ah Bath Ayalawan Hakafya Wa'af Ahalya Bama'ah Bath Aina'ah Bath Tazabai Wan Akawaya. Verse 3. Wa'af Bashamath Ba'af Yashmael.
Oh. It's Ishmael. It's Ishmael.
Yashmael is Ishmael's name.
Akawath Nabaya Wath.
So we're gonna stop here and go back to the English. You pick it up at verse 25 in English.
Genesis 35, verse 25. And the sons of Bilhah, Rachel's handmaid, Dan and Naphtali. Verse 26. And the sons of Zilpah, Leah's handmaid, Gad and Asher. These are the sons of Jacob, which were born to him in Paddan Aram.
So look, once again, I'm gonna sound like a broken record on this. I don't care. We're gonna keep stressing. For you Christians out there, whoever thinks there's something wrong with polygamy, how did we get here? How did the Israelites, God's chosen people, God's beloved people, get here? Through 12 tribes that were born to 4 different women who all shared the same man. That's how. So if you're going to say it's wrong, you're going to have to say Jacob's wrong. You're going to have to say King David was wrong, King Solomon. You're going to have to say that all these men in the scripture, you have to say Moses was wrong. You're going to have to say that a lot of people that you allegedly look up to were all wrong. Keep going.
Verse 27. And Jacob came unto Isaac his father, unto Mamre, unto the city of Arba, which is Hebron, where Abraham and Isaac sojourned. Verse 28. And the days of Isaac were 180 years.
So Isaac was 180 years old at this point, and Jacob came back, traveled back to where his father was at, because they knew that their father was, getting to his time. And, it's a good thing to take care of your parents. That's what the scripture means when it says, honor your father and your mother.
Right.
You want to be there for your parents and take care of them in their old age. Go ahead.
Now, if I may, to let you know, even though our brothers and sisters have a so-called Israelite father and a heathen mother, take care of your mother.
Right.
Take care of your mother.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what it is. Take care of your mother. We ain't talking about for you to beat down your mother just because she's, she's a heathen. No, the only thing that she did, she cannot come to our whole holidays, but take care of your mother.
Right. That's
your mother. Because she took care of you. That's your mother.
That's your mother. Some of you weirdos, see, this is what happens when you end up in a fake Israelite group. You got weirdos out here talking about, I wouldn't care if somebody came up and blasted my mother in the face. What's wrong with y'all, man? What's wrong with y'all? That's not in the scriptures. That's not in the scriptures. Y'all got some issues to unpack, man. You need a psychiatrist if you're saying stuff like that.
That's right.
Honor your father and your mother. Whoever your father and your mother is.
Oh, if I may, to let you know that we follow the Lord's statute commandments. You know what I mean? When we take over, we're not going to be like the heathen.
Right.
We're going to honor. We're going to teach the other nations how to honor their father and mother. We're not going to be like them. Exactly. We ain't going to go out and, you know what I'm saying, and do the same thing that they did to us. Exactly. We don't go out and, you know what I'm saying, and violate men or children. We ain't going to do that. That's not, you know what I mean? That's not what we do. That's not what we do.
Right.
So we have, you know what I'm saying? So the other nations have to understand that we're not them. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why, you know what I'm saying, our oppressors is scared, because they were like, oh, you know what I'm saying, the blacks going to do what we did to them.
Right.
We're going to do it. No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're not going to violate your door. Exactly. We're not going to do that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? We're not going to do that. That's against the law. That's against the law to violate your daughter. That's against the law. You know what I'm saying? That's against the law to violate your son. That's against the law. We're not going to do that.
Exactly.
We're not going to do that. That's not what we do.
Esau thinks everybody's as perverted as
like
he
him.
is.
Yeah, like him.
We're going to get into that as we go along. But no, y'all, listen, the nations that have abused us got judgment coming, and they got punishment coming. But we're being put in rulership of the earth, because these laws is what keeps everything in harmony.
That's right.
Not to abuse people. That's what Esau did, came to power to abuse people. That's why he got a punishment coming. But the idea at the end of it all is harmony on the planet. Right. And that only comes with us in rulership enforcing these laws, statutes, and commandments, which means, you know, honor your mother. That should be the easy part.
It should be easy.
But back to the scriptures. Go ahead, read.
One time. Verse 29. And Isaac gave up the ghost and died, and was gathered unto his people, being old and full of days. And his sons Esau and Jacob buried him.
So Isaac gave up the ghost. That's one word in Hebrew. It's a word for taking your last breath, because we have a word for basically dying peacefully. That's a concept that you aspire to, because that's something that happens when your society, your culture is in order and the Lord is with you.
Oh, if I may, I got a little age on me. That's what we used to say back in the days.
Give up the ghost?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's when you know what I'm saying, when you be unalive. We used to say that.
Yeah, but this situation right here in verse 29, this is the ideal. Isaac is in his old age. He lived a full life. We followed his full life over the past few weeks. If you've been here with us, Isaac, he lived a full life. The Lord told him he was blessed. He was surrounded with his family. His sons was taking care of him. That's a beautiful thing. Go on.
Genesis chapter 36, verse 1. Now, these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom.
Esau, who is Edom. Remember that. Keep going.
Verse 2. Esau took his wives of the daughters of Canaan.
Exactly who he was. Well, he could do whatever. But exactly who we were commanded not to take our wives from, exactly who Jacob was commanded to avoid, Esau went straight to them. Read.
Adah, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, and Ahalabamah, the daughter of Anah, the daughter of Zibeon the Hivite. Verse 3. And Bashemath, Ishmael's daughter, sister of Nebajoth.
Okay, back to the Hebrew.
Oh, one more. Not go to 4.
I had it ended at 2. I thought we went one extra.
Yeah.
In the Hebrew, because we started at verse 25.
Oh, so all right, it's sloppy.
Genesis chapter 36, verse 4. Wathalalad, Idah, La'aishawah, Af, Al Yapaz, Wabashamath, Yaladah, Af, Ra'ai Wa'al, Verse 5. Wa ahal. Yabama. Yalada. Ah. Wa'af. Ya'alam. Wa'af. Kwarak. Allah. Banya. Aishawa. Ashar. Yaladwa. Lawa. Ba'arataza. Kana'ain. Verse 6. Wayakwak. Aishawa. Af. Nashayawa. Wa'af. Banyawa.
That Nashua is his wives, plural. Even Esau can get y'all. Some of y'all should be embarrassed, man. The white man out there getting all types of wives with his very unfortunate, awkward, just weak. These are weak men. They go out, and some of y'all brothers is in there tweeting, complaining that y'all can't get a man up. Matter of fact, get in the Isupk case. We'll teach you how to man up. Go ahead.
Oh, we just remind the world that polygamy was the standard.
Right.
All coaches, you know what I'm saying? That's what they, you know what I'm saying? That's what they was exercising. Polygamy. And nobody outside, you know what I mean? Nobody wasn't doing monogamy until, you know what I'm saying? Even our oppressors was doing polygamy until they want to change it to try to get power.
Right.
You know, they try to justify violating a woman. That's when monogamy came into play. That's when monogamy came into. You are going to your history, but that's when monogamy came into play, when they wanted to violate women.
And even then, when they did that, all it did was really cause chaos, and people are doing stuff on the low. It didn't stop what the natural way of men to want to conquer, to want to go out and get multiple women if you can. Right. And of course you don't have to. You know, some men are perfectly happy with one woman or with no one. That's fine. But it's lawful to have as many as you can handle. Keep going.
Come. Wa'af. Banath yawa. Wa'af. Call. Napashwath. Bayanawa. Salakia. Bayathwa. Wa'af. Makona awa. Wa'af. Call. Bahamathwa. Wa'af. Call. Kwanya Nawa. Ashar. Rakash. Ba'arataza. Kana'ayan. Wayalaka. Al.
That wayalak is based on the word halak, which is to go out.
Salakia. Wayalak. Al. Arataza. Bapanya. Ya'ikwa. Akyawa. Verse 7. Kaya. Haya. Rakawasham. Rab. Washabath. Yakadwa. Wala'a. Yakala. Arataza. Magawar. Yaham. Lasha'a. Atham. Mapanya. Makwanya Ham. Verse 8. Wayashab, Aishawa, Bahar, Sha'ai, Yar.
So Yashab, remember Yashab is to dwell. Yashab, Aishwa, Bahar, Shai. Esau dwelt in Mount Bahar, in Mount Seir. Shai. Go ahead.
Kanawakan. Aishawa, Hawa'a, Adawa'am.
Aishwa, Hawa'a, Adwan. Esau is Edom. So we established in this verse that Esau is Seir, Esau is Edom. These are all the same thing. Go ahead.
Kanawakan. Verse 9. Wa Allah, the Lord Wath, Aishwa, Abya, Adwam, Bahar, Sha'ayar.
And back to the English. Okay, pick it up at verse 4.
Karawan Khan. Genesis chapter 36, verse 4. And Adah bare to Esau Eliphaz, and Bashemath bare Ruel. Verse 5. And Aholabamah bare Jaush, and Jaalam, and Korah. These are the sons of Esau, which were born unto him in the land of Canaan. Verse 6. And Esau took his wives, and his sons, and his daughters, and all the persons of his house, and his cattle, and all his beasts, and all his substance, which he had got in the land of Canaan, and went into the country from the face of his brother Jacob.
So Esau had a lot of stuff at this time. Because remember, he had his own variation of a blessing that he got from his father. It wasn't the blessing that he wanted, because Jacob got that blessing. But he had his own blessing. But then, he was destined to go veer off to the left. Keep going.
Verse 7. For their riches were more than they might dwell together, and the land wherein they were strangers.
Remember, they already, from the start, from the womb, Jacob and Esau were against each other, were at odds with each other. So they knew that they could not stay in the land with each other, and part of that was they had too much. They both had already gained a great deal of wealth, people, servants, children, everything, and you can't live with somebody that you're not in accordance with. If y'all both have all that, it's going to cause strife. It's going to lead to conflict. And we were at odds with Esau from the womb. Go ahead.
Khan could not bear them because of their cattle. Verse 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom.
Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. And this verse is important because as we go through these scriptures, it's important to know who Esau is. It's important to know who Esau is because everyone else out there with some weird doctrine, especially Christians, want to tell you that Esau is no longer with us. They're gone. All that Old Testament stuff, that's already taken care of. Now, I don't know why Romans 9 and 13 exists if it was already taken care of. Why is Paul still talking about God hates Esau? But there's people that believe that. So let's go to Ezekiel, the 35th chapter real quick. Hold that.
Ezekiel what?
The 35th chapter in the second verse.
35th?
Concept. Because this verse tells us that Esau dwelt in Mount Seir and that Esau is Edom. So let's see what the Lord says about those who dwell in Mount Seir. This is Ezekiel 35 and verse 2. Because these prophecies are very, very vivid, and they don't leave any chance for someone to come along and say, this is already done. This is old news. The Edomites are gone. There was some little random groups of Arabs that already got wiped out. We don't need to talk about the Edomites anymore. I'm sure you don't want to talk about the Edomites anymore, Esau. I'm sure you don't want to talk about them. I'm sure you would love them to be some random little band of Arabs. Go ahead, read.
Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 2. Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir.
Set thy face against Mount Seir. This is a commandment from the Lord to Ezekiel the prophet to set his face against Mount Seir. Read.
And prophesy against it.
Prophesy against it. There wasn't anything friendly about that statement. Ezekiel was told to set his face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. And that's what we're commanded to do today, because Mount Seir is still out there and we're still to go out and prophesy against them. Go ahead.
If I may, when it's saying, when it's talking about set your face against Mount Seir, may go up against it.
Right.
Look, you know what I'm saying? Look Mount Seir in their eyes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Look at your oppressor in their eyes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And prophesy on, you know what I'm saying? Prophesy against them.
Right.
Let them know what's going to happen to them in the future if they continue doing the things that they do.
Exactly. And that's why we go out into the highways and the byways, and we go out where all people intersect together. Some of you clowns out there that like to call yourself an Israelite group, go out to some gas station in the middle of the hood and just go and berate our people. We go and set our face against Mount Seir because our people are in the condition that they're in because of our oppressor.
Right.
And so we go and call out his crimes. And that's step one to teaching our people to separate, like the scripture says, come out of her and build ourselves up. Step one is setting our face in front of our oppressor and calling him on his crimes. And that's what the scripture says to do. Read verse 5.
Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had perpetual hatred.
Perpetual is a word that was used for a reason. If you look up that word in the dictionary, perpetual means forever. That means in the past, present, and future. Perpetual is everlasting. It's something that doesn't end in the future. So this scripture is saying that Mount Seir, who is Esau, has had a perpetual hatred. Read.
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel.
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel. He's had a perpetual hatred towards us. From the womb. We went over this in Genesis weeks ago. In the womb, they were struggling. In the womb, we were prophesied to be two completely different manner of people who would be against each other forever. And in Ezekiel is saying that Esau, Mount Seir, has had a perpetual hatred. And so read verse 6.
Verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Most High Power, I will prepare thee unto blood.
And you got something coming for you, Esau. Read.
And blood shall pursue thee. Sit thou hast not hated blood.
Because you haven't shied away from any opportunity to be a bloodthirsty, violent, demonic presence in the earth. Because of that, because you haven't hated blood, read.
Even blood shall pursue thee.
The Most High is going to pursue you with your own blood. And that's simple. That's simple. But in case you have a hard time understanding this, go back to Genesis real quick, but hold that area. And read that verse again.
Genesis 36, verse 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom.
Esau is Edom. Go to Obadiah, the first chapter. Because now we're going to see how the Most High feels about Edom. We got all your nicknames covered. We're going there. We're going there today. We're going to see how the Lord really feels. Now, Obadiah, I looked at the timeline of Obadiah. They said Obadiah was one of the late prophets in the Old Testament, almost to the end of the Old Testament period. So For those of y'all that say that Esau was wiped out and done with, this you got a problem with Obadiah. Obadiah got something to say about that. Go ahead.
If I may, you got to understand what the Amalekites, the so-called Jewish men, the Israelis, the Israeli have called the Palestinians Esau. They had called Palestinian Esau. You know why?
Why?
So they could justify the doing things what was prophesied in the Bible.
Yeah.
Now they calling, you know what I'm saying, the Ishmaelites.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They calling the Ishmaelites Esau.
See, that's new. And that's wild. Because what's wild about that is when the scriptures describe Esau, they describe a people that's been like just on us all through history, on us, beating us down, taking every opportunity to not just wipe us out, but to laugh at our calamity. So how can you say that this people that you've had locked up in a little corner, like it's an open air prison, for as long as they've been in the land together, you're oppressing them. You're holding them down. They're not what? Because they parachuted over one day and got a couple of y'all? That doesn't fit Esau. Go ahead.
If I may, but they call us anti-Semitic because we call them Esau.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we call the so-called Jewish men Esau. But nobody's going, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's going up in arms when the Israelis calling the Palestinians Esau.
Right. But it doesn't fit. But we're going to find out what fits. Read Obadiah verse 1.
Obadiah chapter 1, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Most High Power concerning Edom.
Concerning Edom. So this whole Obadiah is just one chapter. All of Obadiah is a vision about Edom. Remember, this is one of the last prophets in the Old Testament. Read verse 2.
Verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised.
Now, if this is the Palestinians, it sure seems like everybody loves the Palestinians. You got brothers, you know that brother Mark Lamont Hill, supposed to be pro-black brother, all he ever does is talk about the Palestinians. It's our people, if you go to the Palestinian protests, you're going to find our people filling up the ranks. And then you're going to find white people filling up the ranks. Everybody is standing up for this. This is taking up this cause. So where are they greatly despised? You know who is greatly despised all around the world? Come on, I ain't got to say. Read verse 4.
Verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
Symbolic things are not small in the scriptures. This is meaningful. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. The eagle is the symbol chosen by every major empire of Esau throughout history. The Roman Empire, the symbol was the eagle. Come on. This stuff breaks itself down. Chose this symbol. He exalted himself as the eagle. Read.
And though thou set thy nest among the stars.
Now you can take that a million different ways. But Esau thinks that he is the top in everything. Thinks that he's responsible for every good thing on the planet. And then, of course, he has literally gone up, created space stations and whatever else is out there, set his nest amongst the stars, exalted himself in every way imaginable. Read.
Thence will I bring thee down.
The Most High is going to bring you down from wherever you physically put yourself, in every skyscraper, every space station, every satellite, and he's going to bring you down from wherever you exalted yourself in your mind, thinking yourself to be the top on the planet. The Most High is going to bring you down. Read verse 10.
Verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob.
For thy violence against our brother Jacob, because this is what it's really all about. If you would have, you could have been your little perverted self off to the side, and you would have just been like any other heathen. But all through history, Esau has been coming up against us. It has been laughing at our calamity, and whenever anything difficult has befallen us, has been our oppressor. Go ahead.
So if I may, Esau could have been the Pacific Islanders. Because you don't hear us talking about, you know what I'm saying? We don't hear us talk about the Hawaiians. You don't hear us talking about the Samoans.
For real. It's just over
They
there.
didn't do it. They do anything to us.
Big old refrigerator size Samoans, they just over there tattooing their face and whatever. I don't care what they do. They can have their little islands. We don't care about the Samoans. We care about Esau because of read.
Khan.
For thy
Violence against thy brother Jacob.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob. That's why the Most High never, ever, ever will ever forget the things that Esau has done. That's why, matter of fact, that's why they weren't some little group that was wiped out 1000 BC. That's why they had to be the one that was used all the way down the line, because the Lord can't wait for the time that comes to punish, to recompense the things they've done to us. They're there for a reason.
What you're dropping is so heavy, the same way that the Hamites, the Egyptians, were so high up on the earth. So the Most High could bring them down. The way, you know what I'm saying, the way Esau is on this earth right now. He's so high, but the Most High going to bring him down the same way that he did to the Egyptians. Because the Egyptians was high also.
And that's how the Lord shows his power. He'll let you rule, he'll let you think that you could never, they still talk about, they can't figure out how the Roman Empire fell. They can't even conceive that America could ever end. They can't, it's not even, it doesn't even compute in their minds. And that's why the Most High is going to show his power.
Well, you can't forget about the slogan with the British said, the sunset cannot, the sun cannot set on the British Empire because it's so vast.
Because they control places in the West Indies, they control the Pacific Island, they control Australia. The sun never set on the British Empire.
How do you think they got Israel?
Right.
How do you think they gave Israel to their brothers and sisters?
Exactly.
Because they, you know what I mean? Because they owned that land. You know what I mean? That was a European colony. And they gave it to other Europeans, and they dropped a bunch of Europeans in the middle of a bunch of brown people.
Right.
Because there's no concentration camps in the Middle East.
Right. Exactly.
There's no concentration camps in the Middle East.
Exactly. And that's heavy, but that's a whole history lesson for another day. But we're going to get back to Genesis real quick. Now that we've established who Esau, Seir, and Edom are one person, and that one nation has got something coming for them. But back to Genesis.
Verse 9.
Genesis chapter 36, verse 9. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir.
That was what, verse 9? Back to the Hebrew. Pick it up at verse 10.
Genesis chapter 36, verse 10. Allah.
You only got 4 to 10?
I had
Is it 4 to 9 or 4 to 10?
I had 3 to 9 because we went
3
one
to
over
9, then
one before that.
it's 3 to 9, then it's 4 to 10, right?
And it's 10 to 16. 3 to 9 and then 10 to 16. I might have threw you off. That's my fault. Because in the first one we went a verse over.
Oh, you went to work until you went up. Oh, all right. I understand.
Genesis chapter 36, verse 10. Allah. Shamwa. Banya. Aishawa. Al Yapaz. Ban. Aida. Shah. Aishawa. Ra'ai Wa'al. Ban. Bashama. Asha. Aishawa. Verse 11. Wayaha Yawa. Banya. Al Yapaz. Daya
Man, Awamar, Taza Pawa, Wa Ga'itham, Wa Quanaz. Verse 12. Wa Thamanai, Ha Yatha'a, Ha Ya Lagash, Baal Yapaz, Ban Aishua, Wathalad, Baal Yapaz, Af, Ibalak, Allah, Bunya, Ida, Ashah, Aishua. Verse 13. Wa Allah, Bunya, Ra'ai Wa'al, Nakath, Wazarak, Shema, Wamaza'ah, Allah, Hayawa, Bunya, Bashama, Ashah, Aishua. Verse 14. La Allah, Hayawa, Bunya, Amal Ya Bama'ah, Ba, Aina, Ba, Tazaba Iwan, Ashah, Aishua, Wathalad, La Aishawa, Af, Wa'af, Ya'ilam, Wa'af, Warak. Verse 15. Allah, Al-Wapaya, Banya.
That's Alawap.
Salakia. Al-Wapya.
Same Alawap when we say Alawap. Yeah. That.
Al-Wap. Yeah. Banya. Aishawa. Banya. Al-Ya Paz. Bakawar. Aishawa. Alawap. The Yaman, Awap, Awamar, Awap, Tazapawa, Awap, Quanaz. Verse 16. Awap, Qarak, Awap, Gaitham, Awap, Imalak, Allah, Awapaya, Alyapaz, Ba'araktaza, Adawam, Allah, Banya, Ida'a.
Back to the English.
Genesis chapter 36, verse 10. These are the names of Esau's sons: Eliphaz, the son of Adah, the wife of Esau; Reuel, the son of Bashemath, the wife of Esau. Verse 11. And the sons of Eliphaz were Taman, Omar, Zepho, and Gatam, and Kenaz. Verse 12. And Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son, and she bare to Eliphaz Amalek. These were the sons of Adah.
Amalek, take note of that. This is giving the lineage of Esau. Amalek will end up being the chief tribe of Esau, but he's his grandson right here. Keep going.
Kano and Khan. These were the sons of Adah, Esau's wife. Verse 13. And these are the sons of Reuel, Nahath, and Zerah, Shammah, and Mitzah. These were the sons of Bashemath, Esau's wife. Verse 14. And these were the sons of Ahalabama'ah, the daughter of Anah, the daughter of Zibeon, Esau's wife. And she bare to Esau Jeush, and Jaalam, and Korah. Verse 15. These were dukes of the sons of Esau, the sons of Eliphaz, the firstborn son of Esau, Duke Taman, Duke Omar, Duke Zepho, Duke Kenaz. Verse 16. Duke Korah, Duke Gatam, and Duke Amalek. These are the dukes that came of Eliphaz in the land of Edom. These were the sons of Adah.
And back to the Hebrew, verse 17.
Genesis chapter 36, verse 17. Wa'ala'ah, Banya, Ra'ai Wa'al, Ban, Aishawa, Awap, Nakath, Awap, Zarak, Awap, Shama, Awap, Mazah, Allah, Awapya, Ra'ai Wa'al, Ba Araktaza, Adawam, Ala'ah, Banya, Bashama, Asha, Aishawa. Verse 18. Wa Ala'ah, Banya, Ahal Yabama'ah, Ashath, Aishawa, Al Wap, Ya'aiwash, Awap, Ya'ilam, Awap, Kwarak, Allah, Awapya, Ahalya Bama'a, Ba, Aina, Asha, Aishawa. Verse 19. Ala'ah, Banya, Aishawa, Wa Allah, Alawap, Yaham, Hawa'ah, Adawam. Verse 20. Allah, Banya, Shayar,
Akarya, Yashabya, Ha'arataza, Lawatan, Washa Wabal, Wa Tazabai Wan, Wa'aina. Verse 21. Wadash Wan, Wa'atazar, Wada Yashan, Allah, Alawakya, Hakarya, Banya, Sha'ar Yar, Ba'arataza, Adawam. Verse 22. Wayaha Yawa, Banya, Lawatan, Karaya, Waha Yamam, Wa'aka Wath, Lawatan, Damanai. Verse 23. Wallah, Banya, Shawabal, Awan, Wamanah Kath, Wa'ai Yabal, Shapawa, Wa'ah Nam.
Back to English. Pick it up at verse 17.
Khan. Genesis chapter 36, verse 17. And these are the sons of Ruel, Esau's son, Duke Nahath, Duke Zerah, Duke Shammah, Duke Mizah. These are the dukes that came of Ruel in the land of Edom. These are the sons of Bashamah, Esau's wife.
So it's just continuing to run through Esau's lineage. Keep going.
Khan. Verse 18. And these are the sons of Ahala Bamah, Esau's wife, Duke Jeush, Duke Ja'alam, Duke Korah. These were the dukes that came of Ahala Bamah, the daughter of Anah, Esau's wife. Verse 19. These are the sons of Esau, who is Edom, and these are their dukes. Verse 20. These are the sons of Seir, the Horite, who inhabited the land, Latan, and Shabal, and Zibeon, and Anah. Verse 21. And Dishan, and Ezer, and Dishan. These are the dukes of the Horites, the children of Seir, in the land of Edom. Verse 22. And the children of Latan were Harai, and Hemam, and Latan's sister was Timnah. Verse 23. And the children of Shabal were these, Alvan, and Manahath, and Ebal, Shepho, and Onam.
So pretty straightforward, just running down the lineage and the generations of Esau and his descendants. Back to the Hebrew, verse 24.
What is it? We are set 5, right? Just read the last one.
Last
That's two.
two.
Genesis chapter 36, verse 24. Wa'ala'ah, Banya, Tazabai 1. Wa'aya, Wa'aina, Hawa'ah, Aina, Ashar, Matazah, Hayamam, Bamadabar.
Bama the bar. Do you remember where that comes from? We know that
In the bar.
Let's rack your brain for a little bit. Bama the bar.
Wilderness.
In the wilderness, but where do we know that? So that whole word, that exact phrase, ba ma the bar. That is the Hebrew name of the book of Numbers. Because the book of Numbers starts out with the phrase, and the Lord spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai. Keep going.
Bara'aithwa, Ath, Ha-Kamaryam, La-Tazaba'aiwan, Abyawah. Verse 25. Wa-Allah, Banya, Aina, Dashan, Wa-Ahal, Yabama'ah, Bath, Aina. Verse 26. Wa-Allah, Banya, Dayashan, Hamadan, Kamadan, Wa-Ashaban, Wa-Yatharan, Wa-Karan. Verse 27. Allah, Banya, Atazar, Balahan, Waza'aiwan, Wa'aikwan. Verse 28. Allah, Banya, Dayashan, Iwaz, Iwa Tazah, Wa'aran. Verse 29. Allah, Al-Waqya, Hakarya, Awa, Lawatan, Awa, Shawabal, Awa, Tazaba'aiwan, Awa, Aina. Verse 30.
So now those were the Horites, and the funny thing, when you look up the word for Horite in the Hebrew, it says it means cave dweller or troglodyte, and that sounds just like the Esau. Go ahead.
I have a question. Check this out. See it?
Can you read that? I can't.
If Esau being red and having taken wives of Canaan, and consider the fact that Canaanites were black, shouldn't Esau descendants look like Bob Marley?
That's a solid question, but remember, these are thousands of years later, Esau was a genetic mutant, and that genetic mutation can keep on showing up over and over. You see that all the time. You see that through albinoism. You see that through various, remember, this is a form of leprosy as well. When you go into the scriptures and it defines leprosy, it defines it as white skin and yellow hair. So this is something that happened over time. I don't know what they looked like at the time. We know what Esau himself looked like.
But if you consider today, that would be Khan. Today, Khan, you know what I mean? Because remember, the lineage goes down your father line. So if you take on the traits of your mother or your father, remember, it was never, even when, if you go through history, it was never about color. It was about your region.
Right.
It was always about your region. Oh, he's from the north. He's from the south. He's from the east. He's from the west.
Right.
He's from over here. Even though you have the same, you know what I'm saying, you have the same color, you was never part of us because you was from there.
Right.
The same thing, you know what I'm saying, same thing with the European. Remember, the British always beat up the Irish. They're known for beating up the Irish, but both of them was white.
Exactly.
Because the Irish was on the left side, the British was on the right side. It was about regions. Only our oppressor came up with this colorism. It was never about colorism. Right. This is just what it was. But a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, is amongst their own kind. So, you know what I'm saying, if you light skinned and it was always light skinned and somebody dark came into that region that you never saw, it would be unique.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was like, you know what I'm saying, like the European came into, you know what I'm saying, Africa and ran into it, you know what I'm saying, try to study certain tribes. So the Europeans so arrogant and say, what are you? They would ask, you know what I mean, African men. They were like, what are you? And you know what I'm saying, and a lot of, you know what I'm saying, indigenous people like, what? I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm man too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm man too. So, you know what I'm saying? This is how arrogant that the European is. He would write in his scholar books, I found the man too tribe.
Right.
But he was just saying, yeah. I'm a man too. Yeah. I'm a man too.
That's how they are.
But I found the man too tribe.
Yeah, and that's how they roll. So you can't look at it through that lens. But if all you're asking is, did his wives dilute his genetics and wipe that out? No, because those things are strong and they keep going, and they just kept going. That's it. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 36, verse 30. Alawa, Dashan, Awak, Atazar, Awak, Dayashan, Allah, Awakya, Akarya, La Allah Yaham, Ba Arataza, Shayar.
And also, just to finish on that point, think about the man's genetics are typically much stronger in terms of how the children look. I mean, if anybody think about all the couples that you know of two different races and how their children look, typically the man's genes will show up stronger in the appearance of the children. That's just, I mean, you can just look anecdotally and see that all around you. So continue.
Verse 31.
Okay, back to the English.
Back to the English.
Verse 24.
Genesis chapter 36, verse 24. And these are the children of Zibeon, both Ajah and Anah. This was that Anah that found the mules in the wilderness, as he fed the asses of Zibeon his father. Verse 25. And the children of Anah were these, Dishan and Ahalabamah, the daughter of Anah. Verse 26. And these are the children of Dishan, Hemdan, and Eshban, and Ithran, and Cheran. Verse 27. The children of Ezer are these, Bilhan, and Zavan, and Akan. Verse 28. The children of Dishan are these, Uz and Aran. Verse 29. These are the dukes that came of the Horites, Duke Latan, Duke Shobal, Duke Zibeon, Duke Anah. Verse 30. Duke Dishan, Duke Ezer, Duke Dishan. These are the dukes that came of Harai, among their dukes in the land of Seir.
And back to the Hebrew, I'll take this set. This is Genesis chapter 36 and verse 31. Wa Allah Malakim Ashar Malakwa Baratazah Adawam Lapunya Malak Labunya Yasha'ala. Verse 32. Wa Malak Ba'adawam Balai Bun Ba'aiwar Washam Ayarwa Dabahaba. Verse 33. Wayamath Balai Wayamalak Zakathayawa Wayabab Bunzarak Mabatazara. Verse 34. Wayamath Yawabab Wayamalak Zakathiwa Hasham Marataza Hathayamanya. Verse 35. Wayamach Hasham Wayamalak Zakathiwa Hadad Bunba Badad Hamakah Ath Madian Bashadah Mawa'ava Washam Ayarwa Iwaya. Verse 36. Wayamath Hadad Wayamalak Zakathiwa Shemalah Mamasharakwa. Verse 37. Wayamath Shemalah Wayamalak Zakathiwa Shawal Marakabawath Hanahar. And back to the English, verse 31.
Genesis chapter 36, verse 31. And these are the kings that reigned in the land of Edom, before there reigned any king over the children of Israel.
So Esau was growing. We see this over the last few chapters. Esau was growing his nation rapidly. And the Lord set it up for a reason. Keep going.
Verse 32.
Slacking, my apologies. Don't forget, he was blessed with the sword.
Right.
And he was also blessed with the fatness of the earth. That was his blessing.
This was his blessing. He had his blessing. Jacob had his. And they were going to play out in two different ways. Go ahead.
Verse 32. And Bela, the son of Beor, reigned in Edom, and the name of his city was Dinhabah. Verse 33. And Bela died, and Jobab, the son of Zerah of Basra, reigned in his stead. Verse 34. And Jobab died, and Husham of the land of Tamanai reigned in his stead. Verse 35. And Husham died, and Hadad, the son of Badad, who smote Midian, in the field of Moab reigned in his stead, and the name of a city was Avith. Verse 36. And Hadad died, and Samlah of Masrekah reigned in his stead. Verse 37. And Samlah died, and Saul of Rehoboth by the river reigned in his stead.
So back to the Hebrew, verse 38. We're gonna keep seeing people die. Wayamath. That Wayamath at the beginning of the verse is and he died. Wayamath Shawal, Wayamalak, the Kathua, Baal, Hanan, Bun Ikabawar, verse 39. Wayamath Baal, Banan, Bun Ikabawar, Wayamalak, the Kathua, Hadar, Washum, Ayarwa, Pa'aiwa, Washum, Ashathwa, Mahayataba'al, Bath Matarad, Bath Maya, Zahab. Verse 40. Wa Allah Shamwath, Alawapia, Aishwa, Lamashabakathim, Lamakomathim, Bashamathwa, Bashamathim, Alawap, Samanai, Alawap, 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 Yathath, verse 41, Alawap, Ahaliyabama, Alawap Allah, Alawap Payanan, verse 42, Alawap Panaz, Alawap Thayamun, Alawap Mabatzar, verse 43, Alawap Magadial, Alawap Ayrum, Allah, Alawapya Adawam, Lamashabathum, Barataza, Ahasathum, Hawa'a, Aishwa, Abya Adawam. Chapter 37, verse 1. Vayashab, Yaikwa, Barataza, Magawarya, Abua, Barataza, Kanaan. Back to the English. Verse 38.
Genesis chapter 36, verse 38. And Saul died, and Baal Hanan, the son of Akbor, reigned in his stead. And Baal Hanan, the son of Akbor, died, and Hadar reigned in his stead. And the name of the city was Baal, and his wife's name was Mehetabel, the daughter of Matred, the daughter of Mezahah. Verse 40. And these are the names of the dukes that came of Esau, according to their families, after their places by their names: Duke Timnah, Duke Alva, Duke Jetheth. Verse 41. Duke Ahala Bama, Duke Elah, Duke Pinon. Verse 42. Duke Kanaz, Duke Taman, Duke Mibzar. Verse 43. Duke Magdiel, Duke Iram. These be the dukes of Edom, according to their habitations in the land of their possession. He is Esau, the father of the Edomites.
Father of the Edomites. So we got all this rundown so that we could track our perpetual enemy, the father of the Edomites. Go on.
Genesis chapter 37, verse 1. And Jacob dwelt in the land wherein his father was a stranger, in the land of Canaan.
So that's where we're going to leave off this week. Jacob Continued his journeys. Now he's settled in Canaan with his children, with his family. Next week, we're going to read about Joseph. We're going to read about Joseph having a dream that made all his brothers hate him and what happens after that. So stick with us. Tune in next Saturday morning. You don't forget about your chapter a day. Get your 49 verses every Saturday morning with us and following these fundamental, foundational stories. I imagine up here. What?
The verse. Verse 1.
We're going to start at 37 and verse 2 next week. Paul, which means horn.
37. Oh, is it 37 and 7?
2. I count.
Oh, what was 7? What was 7?
7 set was 36 and 38.
38 to 42, correct?
38 to 37 and 1.
37 and 1. All right. We fix it. Okay.
Paul, which means horn. Yeah, young, which means wine.
Ayasharala, which means to Israel.
Imagine in the room. So Punny Hakadon, which means turn and face the east. And say the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw, Vashemayim, Dashaya, Shemka, Yahweh, Balakaska, Dabaa, Ratazaka, Ayah, Yasha, Baratza, Kawa, Ayah, Shemayim, Thundana, Come, Kalyawam, Wasalakno, Kawafno, Kasalakno, Kawafno, Walaa, Abayano, but say one, a ball, Oshana, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Wa'al, Wahata Parat, I will love you, Amun, in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, Babakusha, Nathanael, Akah, Darpah, Kalmakala, Kamanawah, Akah, Latahar, Amatazariah, Akah, Bakwayam, Matthew, Akah, our Kawa, Hatamala, Lagarshun, Hashem Yahushua, the water Amen. In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. All manner of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. Power against unclean spirits. Cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. Psalm 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'a ayanya. Al-Hahari. Ma'ayanya. Yaba'a Isaiah. Isaiah Ma'ayim Yahweh. Aisha Shemayim. Wa'aratiza. Al-Yathan. Lamawat. Regalka. Ayanawam. Shamar. Kana. La'ayanawam. Wala'aya Yashan. Shawamar Yasha'al. Yahweh Shamarka. Yahweh Tazalka. Al-Yad Yam Yunka. Yawamam. Hashamash. La'aya Kaka. Wayarach Balayla,
Wayarach Balayah,
Yahweh,
How,
Yashamar,
Shamar,
Makal Raj,
Kalraj,
Yashamar,
Shamar,
Afnapashka,
Atapashya,
Yahweh,
How,
Yashamar,
Shamar,
Taza'afka,
Taza'af,
Babuaka, Ma'aita, Wa'aida Walam. In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be
He
moved.
that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
How is thy keeper?
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
How is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand?
sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
How shall preserve thee from all evil?
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
How shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and coming in
from this time forth
this time forth,
and even forevermore.
and even forever.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim,
Alahai,
Adam Yalaka,
Al-Yalak,
Al-Karash,
Al-Fakarash,
Al-Tashakwat Allah,
Al-Tashaswa,
Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Awayabyaka,
Al-Yabik,
Yahamiyawan, Wamashinayaka,
Al-Shaddai,
Nashaw,
Shaw,
Rash,
Rash,
Alimaka,
Alim,
Yairiyamwa,
Ayam,
Suwas,
Swat,
Wayathayatazwa,
Yahyait,
Al-Sabwanyaka,
Al-Tasawamai,
Amaru,
Mar,
Akawa,
Kal,
Wanakakir,
Kafir,
Magoi, Malaa,
Malak,
there's a car,
Zakar,
Sham Yashab,
Shamyash,
Iwat,
Wa,
Kayat,
Kayat,
Goaitaswa,
Tasawam,
Labia Khadr,
Al-Yakab,
Aliyah,
Ali,
Faryat,
Yat,
Yakurathwa,
Raf,
Ahali,
Hali,
Adawam,
Ali,
Baishamali,
Shemai,
Boab,
Rab,
Bagari,
Gar,
Kabal,
Ba,
Waimuan, Waimulat,
Ba,
Alashat,
Shah,
Yashabi,
Shah,
was a war,
War,
Gamashawar,
Damash,
Alawat,
Wa,
Imam,
Imam,
Hayawat, Sarwat, Bunulawat,
Banyalawat,
Salas, Aishala,
Shah,
Kamadi,
Kamad,
Kasiyasura,
Sayas, Ra,
Kayabi,
Yad,
Banakal,
Bakal,
Bayashwan,
Rash,
Nashimadu,
Rash,
Bayanda Arab,
Ra,
Hayawat,
Wa,
Dama,
Ma,
Adama, Shethumwa, Nanayabu,
Yab,
Ira,
Ira,
Kazab,
Kazab,
Kazaba,
Kazba,
Kazazalmana, Kanasak Kumwa,
Kalasak, Kala,
Shah,
Shah,
Amaru,
Mar,
they are shot,
Shah,
Anwat,
Wa,
Af,
Ah,
Nawat,
Nawa,
Alahayim,
Hayat,
Alahayat,
Hayat,
Shethumwa,
Thumwa,
Gadago,
Dog,
Kwash,
Kwash,
Hanuraka,
Hundred, Ra,
Ash,
Ash,
Ira, Ira,
Ira, Ira,
Kalahab,
Kala,
Kalahat,
Kala,
Hari,
Hurry,
Tantaradam,
Antardam,
Ira,
Ar,
Baso Patka,
Sawa,
Bahalam,
Bahala,
Mala'at,
Aha,
Punya,
Panya,
Palawan, Wayakwashu, Shimka,
Ka,
Yahweh,
How,
Yabashu,
Bash,
Wayabahaw, Ida I,
Ai,
Wayaparu, Wayabadu,
Yabad,
Wayadadu,
Dad,
Hayat,
Ya,
Atha, Shimka,
Ka,
Yahweh, Labat,
Bak,
Aliwan, I'll call her Ratiza.
Alcohol,
In the English, keep not thou silence, O my power.
Keep not the silence of the power,
Hold not thy peace.
not thy
If
peace,
be not still, O power.
be not still, O power.
For lo,
lo,
thine enemies make it tumult,
enemies make smoke,
and they that hate thee
they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
consulted against thy hidden.
They have said,
Said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation,
let us cut them off from being nations.
that the name of Israel
The name of Israel
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The tabernacles of Edom,
the tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
Moab,
and the Hagarenes, Gabal,
Baal,
and Ammon,
Ammon,
and Amalek,
Amalek,
Philistines,
Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
the inhabitants of Tyre.
Sur also is joined with us.
So also is joined.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Lot,
do unto them,
do unto them,
as unto the Midianites,
unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabez,
to Jabez,
and the brook of
the
Kison,
brook of
which
Kison,
perished at Endor.
which perished,
They became as dung for the earth.
became as dung for the earth.
Their nobles like a red,
Their nobles like a
and
red,
like Zed.
like sand,
Yea, or the princess as Sabbath, and it's our moon, who said, let us take to ourselves houses of the Most High possession. Oh my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame sets the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. Oh Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish. And men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth.
Go straight to the curses.
Isupk curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, the name of Yahweh Shai. Listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses, punishment, destruction to the heathen that speak against us, God's prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses, punishment, destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses, punishment, destruction to the Edomites, the nations, and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, the Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, the Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, posse comitatus, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street. Open up the internet, and the airwaves, cable access channels, the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of our people. Seek to stop us and bring swift destruction to all the heathens that stand in the way and try to stop us. Broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murder. Let the house shout. Michael and Gabriel come down to find saucers to punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy words. Cause it to be known by all. It is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause it to shake thy coming. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you always. So be it. Sorry, face the front. We'll give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I Imagine Shabbat, I Imagine Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatah, Yajimatah, dismissed. Next week, chapter 37 and verse 2.
We chapter 37, verse 2 next week. Shalom.